Sometimes God calls us to pain. And there's reasons why we have pain. Sometimes it's our own mistakes. But other times, God allows us to go through really difficult circumstances so that other people are benefited. Take a look at the book of Hosea. Hosea chapter 1 says this, the word of the Lord to Hosea. Hosea is a prophet. You think he's going to have this great prophetic life and an amazing family like all the other prophets? No, he says to this prophet, when the Lord spoke first to Hosea, he says, go take yourself a wife of whoredoms. He says, I want you to go and find a wife who either has whore-type tendencies or a past of that, and it looks like she might return to it. You say, why? We're about to see. She conceives, he gets a wife from whoredoms, and she conceives a daughter. He says, call the daughter No Mercy. Then they have a son. Call him Not My People. So here's Hosea at Save Mart, and he's got 2 kids in tow. Hey, where's your wife? How come I always see you with your kids? Well, she's with another man right now. Really? Wow, that's terrible. What's your daughter's name? No Mercy. What's your son's name? Not My People. What are you talking about? Why did you marry this woman? Why did you name your kids these names? Because, glad you asked, God says now that Israel is not his people, and God says he'll have no mercy on Israel any longer. Well, that's an interesting prophecy. Why? Because of your sin. Because you've, like my wife, are going out and committing adultery with foreign gods. Oh. See, that's the message that was continually being put forth by Hosea, and nobody could miss it. It used to be the prophets were preaching. Now Hosea is living the prophecy, and God so succinctly put into his life that if you knew the prophet, if you ran into the prophet, you'd be like, yeah, I get it. Not my people. No mercy on us. Whoredoms. I get it, right? He lived the prophecy. Very, very painful life that he was called to live. And then the Bible says in chapter 2 that one day, declares the Lord, I will call you back. I'll woo you. I'll allure you. I'll allure you to me. And I'll speak tenderly to you. And I will bring you back to me. And you'll call me husband, not Baal, not some foreign god. And I'll have mercy on no mercy. And I'll call my people, not my people, I'll call you my people. And you'll say you're my God. He says, the good news is you will come back to God. Yeah, you'll be judged, but one day you'll come back to God. Chapter 3 says, Hosea, go find your wife of whoredoms, and lure her back to you. Allure her. Show her your affection and your love. And then tell her, look, for a while, you'll be back in my house. Don't go out on me again, okay? And he says this is going to be like the time that Israel doesn't have a king or a prince, like the time that they experienced for about 2,000 years. But one day, I will return and I will take them up again. So the point of this is this. Hosea lived out this prophecy in front of the people so they couldn't miss it. But there's coming a time in your life when you will experience pain, and you experience it for the benefit of other people. God literally brings it into your life so other people will learn from your pain. Now you might say, but I don't want that. I don't want to choose that. I guarantee you Hosea did not choose to take a wife of whoredoms and have kids with those horrible names. But in the end, his prophecy mattered to a number of people. And I know that Hosea is up in heaven right now saying, God, thank you for using me in such a magnificent way that they're still talking about it 2,500 years later. Maybe one day your pain will have such an impact on the world that thousands of people will say, man, the way they handled that trial, that gave me faith.